All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex coaches. Sex coaches,
Sex coaches.
not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives, experiences, and sexy adventures, and ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris. And before we get into today's episode, if you're new here, welcome. You found the right place. We talk about the things that most people are thinking, but nobody is saying out loud. Ethical non-monogamy, the swinging lifestyle, sex, relationships, communication, and everything in between.
Everything we do, full episodes, quickies, video clips, blog posts, our guest lineup, merch, and our anonymous confessional, all of it lives at www.beyond-monogamy.com. That is home base. Bookmark it, save it, tell a friend.
And speaking of telling a friend, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your shows, do us a favor right now. Before we even start, hit follow, leave us a 5-star review, and share this episode with somebody in your life who needs to hear it. Those actions cost nothing, and they help us reach more people who are looking for exactly this kind of conversation. Now, babe, we got a confessional, and this one came in hot.
Yes, and I'm excited. So let me go ahead and read this one, okay? So this confessional came into our website, and here's how it goes. Hey, Adam and Pris, I was listening to the Come episode, and a question you guys asked sparked my interest because I am uniquely qualified to answer. The question was about prostate massage during a blowjob or any other type of play. Over the past year or so, my wife has been giving me a prostate massage during blowjobs, and the sensation can only be described as earth-shaking. It feels like a full-body orgasm with the duration, the intensity, and the volume of ejaculate all increased way more than you would think. Usually afterwards, I am completely incapacitated, and the time it takes for me to reach orgasm is greatly reduced. I would liken it to the difference between women who experience a vaginal orgasm versus clitoral, but that's a guess since I don't have either of those. He says, hope this helps.
Wow. Yeah, no, that absolutely helps. 100%. Because today we're going to build on this because I think there's a lot here, including some personal transparency from me that I think this is going to hit home for a lot of the men listening.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I want to be upfront with y'all. I have never had this done. So there's a whole thing to it. I first heard about this. I think there was a movie. There was a movie called Road Trip.
Okay.
Remember that movie Road Trip? It's where they have to drive all the way to Boston.
Ithaca,
yeah. Or to
because,
Ithaca.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there was a part where they needed to get money in order to get gas to get back home or whatever. And so they had to make some money. So they went to a sperm bank.
Yeah. And the guy got,
and Stifler, the guy that plays Stifler all the time, he's over there and he's like, hey, you know, I need some help. And because the nurse is hot.
Yeah.
And she's like, we call this milking the prostate.
Yeah.
And she puts on the glove and then it goes from there.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I had ever heard anything about this. Now, I don't know if you remember me telling you, but there was a girl that I was with a very long time ago. I was in my early 20s.
Yes.
And it was our first time together and she was going down on me and the blowjob was great. But it was a sloppy blowjob. It was very wet. And then I guess somewhere in there, she just shoved a finger inside of me. Now, I don't know she came from the nursing industry, so I don't know if maybe she was trying to find the prostate. I remember feeling like there was something alien inside of me and I couldn't, I don't know. I was wiggly and I just couldn't, I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I wasn't mentally prepared for it, for one thing. It was really, really difficult to, she just stuck that finger up in there and she started moving it around. And I would assume that she knew what she was doing but also nothing had been up there previous to her finger.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was not prepared. I wasn't into it. And honestly, it just created an association that I've carried around for a very long time. It's very traumatic for me. The butt became very closed off.
Yeah. I mean, everything you said, I think the key word here, you had no warning.
I didn't have no
You
warning.
had no warning. I mean,
No.
that's not a prostate problem. I feel like that was consent and communication problem.
Well,
But
yeah.
I mean, you just kind of happened, right?
But it's
So,
traumatic. It's
I mean,
traumatic.
I guess I need to know, the prostate is, do only men have it?
Well, I don't really know anything about it,
Like,
honestly.
do only men have a prostate?
Let's see.
Because if only a man has a prostate, I really can't say anything about that. But is it fingering an asshole?
Okay, hold on. I am looking up everything you can find about prostates.
Okay.
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 I'm going to read this here. This is the prostate gland, a comprehensive overview. Okay. What is the prostate? The prostate is a walnut-sized exocrine gland found only in people assigned male at birth. There's your
Okay.
answer there.
Okay. So
It sits just below the bladder, in front of the rectum, and surrounds the urethra, the tube that carries urine and semen out of the body. It's part of both the urinary and reproductive systems.
Oh, so I toward understand. So you would go in and
I
toward,
don't like what you're doing with
yeah,
your
you
finger there.
go in and toward your testicles. So toward. Oh.
So the prostate's primary job is reproductive.
Mhm.
It produces prostatic fluid, a milky, slightly alkaline fluid that makes up 20 to 30% of semen volume.
Okay.
It protects sperm. The alkaline fluid neutralizes the acidity of the vaginal canal. It powers ejaculation. The prostate's smooth muscle contracts during orgasm to propel semen through the urethra. And hormone conversion contains the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, which
Okay.
converts testosterone into more potent dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, which regulates prostate growth.
Okay. So
Now,
yeah. So
it's considered the male G spot, also called the P spot, due to the concentration of nerve endings that are in there. It's highly innervated by both the autonomic and somatic nervous systems. Oh my gosh, this is total nerd talk. I don't understand any of that. Stimulation can trigger intense pleasure and, in many cases, enhance or produce orgasm, which is basically what our friend here is saying, sometimes called a prostate orgasm or a non-ejaculatory orgasm.
how do you do that?
Okay, so here we go. Prostate massage, also called prostate milking, refers to the manual stimulation of the prostate gland, either internally via a finger or specialized toy inserted into the rectum, angled toward the navel,
Yeah.
roughly 2 or 3 inches in, toward the belly button side of the rectal wall, or externally via pressure on the perineum,
Yeah, that middle
the
part.
area between the scrotum and the anus, sometimes called the taint.
Yeah.
This is less direct. Now, I will tell you, and I mean, I don't have to tell you, you know this because you've gone down there
Yeah.
and you've massaged that little area.
Yeah.
The taint.
You really care for
The
it.
taint ain't a bad place, let me tell you, because you have gone there and you've kind of rubbed it. And like when you're going down, you kind of rubbed it. And I'm like, oh, it feels good. It feels nice. I don't know if I'd feel the same way if you stuck a finger up my ass.
I get it. I get why. I know that some men like that. I've actually spoken to some men, and they like the prostate play.
So this might have been.
Is that why guys like their ass eaten out?
I may possibly. I mean, that's a really good question. I've never been into ass play myself. Like I said, though, that one interaction that I had when I was younger, it traumatized me, and I've never ever.
I think a lot of men think that
it's
well, homophobic.
And that's the thing that is brought up oftentimes is, well, I don't want no finger in my ass. I ain't gay. I ain't gay. And even in swinger lifestyle circles,
yeah,
I have seen it A billion times.
Yeah.
You know, I commend the guys who are straight up secure in themselves to come out and go, I fucking love it. You know, hit me up. I don't care. You
I
know,
mean,
and to me, it's not gay. I don't believe
No.
it's gay. But I think it's this toxic masculine. Well, I don't want no finger up my ass. I ain't gay.
I
And it's like, come on, bro. I mean, think outside the box.
yeah, for sure.
First of
For
all,
sure.
I understand the association that these guys are thinking, okay, something's going in my ass that apparently means I'm gay. That's this old school way of thinking. But fellas, if a woman is going down on you
Yeah,
and she's the one putting her fingers in your ass,
it's not gay.
that's not gay. Now, if a man is doing it, that's gay.
Yeah, and I think that's the most. I mean,
Yeah. It's
I
interesting.
I don't know if I would do that with just anybody. Me
Well, so
personally, like
I
would-
don't know. So I trust you, but at the same time, I don't
Yeah.
know if I would trust you to do that internally. I would rather have a nurse because otherwise you're going to be probing me with your pen. You got some long ass fingers, girl, and they're chubby fingers.
I got you.
Like you got some girthy
I got
fingers.
you, though.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we're
And
gonna.
you're just going to be in there and you're going to be like,
No.
nah, man, I don't think so.
I got you.
I don't think so.
We're gonna try this.
Now what? You better stop it,
This
girl.
is me telling you.
I
Come
don't-
on.
I don't think so.
Hey, you have to try everything once.
This is true, but
But
like
I
I
won't
said,
go-
I don't know if I would trust you to do it
I'm the only one that wants to do it. Why would you need a nurse to do it?
because nurses know about
Why
that
would you
sort
get a
of
nurse
thing.
to do it though? You're not having sex with them. It's for ejaculation.
I know that, but I'm saying there's lots of nurses in the lifestyle.
No, me first. Then you could go with the nurse.
Well, then you need to research your shit because I
got
ain't going to
you.
have you just poking me willy-nilly with your middle finger. I have seen what you do to women, and frankly, I don't know about all that. Like, if you're going to be doing that to me, like, you get in there. Like, you're up in there.
No,
Mm.
never.
I've seen you get some fingers up in
No.
there. It's
Nope.
just
Nope.
poking at people.
I don't do that because I don't like that done on me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No.
Well, let's
Mm-mm.
not turn the show about you. This
Yeah.
is about prostates, of which you do not have.
No, but I would definitely try it on you. At least the taint.
You know,
area.
it's so difficult though, because like I said, that trauma is in my head. Like
Mhm.
I know that I didn't like that feeling,
Mhm.
and I'm afraid of, frankly, of what it might produce. You know, for one thing, I don't want to shit on you. And I don't, and this is coming from a place of ignorance, guys. So if, for those of y'all who know this business,
Mhm.
I apologize for my ignorance, but this is a very typical
I
way of thinking.
understand.
And, you know, I'm like, I don't want to shit on you, for one thing. How embarrassing would that be?
Yeah.
Even if I am with you. I don't know. Like, but I didn't shit on that woman the one time, you know. But I also was, I was friggin' watertight, man. I was like,
I mean, you
I had
still
tight
are.
shutter speed. I was like,
I mean, there's.
I had some grip strength on that asshole when she pulled it out. She might have. Luckily, she didn't have lead press on nails, or she would have lost a fingernail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to do that to my first husband.
But did you do that
No.
with that specifically,
'cause I
or
didn't
you just
know.
did
No.
a finger in the ass? Well, what? Okay, I have questions. Hold up. I have questions. So you used to finger your
Not
first
like a
husband's
lot. It's
asshole?
just like, yeah.
What does that mean? Well, not a lot. No, just
Well, because
I just would finger his asshole a
because
little bit.
That is
That's
like
not a
the
little bit or a
motion- That's
lot.
the motion of in and out, in and out. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So how would that even come about? Like, would he just be like, he'd be like, okay, I'm gonna lay here. I'm gonna put my legs up in the air. You just get in there and just
It's the
move your finger around.
No. How would that happen?
How did that happen? You lived it.
I want to say blowjob. I don't
Mhm.
really know. I don't remember, but I remember doing it.
You just remember
I
doing
think, yeah, he was on top of me, and then I just like reach around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. You know, I think that the part that I have the biggest issue with is the vulnerability that's attached. I don't think it gets any more vulnerable than that.
I agree.
Like,
yeah, that's
I can excuse me for saying this, but I can have my dick in somebody's mouth,
Mhm.
and that's vulnerable. in front of everybody, but not as vulnerable as me pulling my ass cheeks apart in front of people. You know what I mean? Like that's a
I don't think it's
vulnerability
so
that I don't.
graphic like that. I think you're playing it to be very. It's not. I think it's a sensual moves.
Is it? So
Yeah.
like I said, I'm ignorant about this entire
the
thing.
way you're explaining it, it makes it seem like it's very hard actions. I think it's a very sensual.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to be
Because it's
relaxed.
an actual massage.
Yeah, and they have
It's not like a finger pumping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the person has to be super, super relaxed.
Yeah.
For it to even, I think, work in their favor. Not the person doing the action, but the person having the action done to them. I feel like it's a very sensual relaxation, because even when you have anal play, if you're not used to it, you should be super, super relaxed. So I would think that just comes with a very sensual play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think especially a man, because you need to like really, actually anybody who's having that kind of action done on them, you have to be super relaxed, super comfortable. And then it's not like you're bent over spreading your cheeks. It's not like that. It's just a very.
Okay, wait. Before we go any further, Firm Tech, we have to talk about Firm Tech.
Yes. Okay. So Firm Tech makes the tech ring.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's not what you might think. Well, it kind of is, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah. It's a wearable ring that helps with firmness and blood flow, and it actually connects to an app that tracks data.
Real data. Like it tells you exactly what's going on.
And there's actual clinical research behind it. This isn't some random gimmick.
And then there's the ring mate. I saw this thing. It's an attachment that goes on the tech ring specifically for your partner's pleasure. Looks just like a tongue.
Hey, so everybody wins.
Everybody wins. It really is a whole situation.
A good situation.
A very good situation. Use code BEYOMONO at firmtech.co. That's BEYOMONO % off.
Okay, now where were we?
Okay, so let's open Pandora's box, so to speak. So I guess my real question would be, and this I want to propose to you.
Mm-hmm.
How would you say? How would you go about getting consent to do that to somebody?
I would just ask.
Because I've seen women say that they're into that. Yeah, so there are women that really enjoy pleasuring men in this way, especially if it's something that they're down for. I know for some women, it's a matter of like being able to control somebody in that way, like it's a power thing. Like, oh, I'm making this guy come. Like I'm getting him probably the best orgasm of his life. You know, that sort of thing.
I would think it would.
Yeah. So, but say I liked this sort of thing. What would our boundary be regarding that? Would it be just me and you? It would only happen between me and you? Or would that be something that if somebody asked, I would be like, okay.
That would be for me, I don't know. That would be a you thing.
That's the thing is boundaries are an us thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I would want anybody messing with that on you.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, that's my area. Thank you very much.
I feel like there's so much, like I said, it's a very vulnerable thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it with anybody else.
Mm-mm.
I don't even know if I could do it with you.
Yeah.
Like that would be a tough one. I mean, I may try it.
Yeah.
Just because I've never really, outside of that horrible experience, outside of that, I mean, maybe it's different when you're expecting it.
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, it has to be. It's like any type of anal play, you need to be expecting it. You can't just can't be surprised.
Here's the thing though. So I read that it gives you a full bladder feeling, like you have to pee.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I remember when this woman started, doing her thing while she was going down on me. Like I said, I wasn't prepared for it. So then I'm like, oh, I tighten up. I can't relax.
No.
Now, had I known it was coming, I probably could have done my best to relax a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was just taken from me, I was very uptight about it, no pun intended. And I didn't know First off, God, I wish I had known how to say no, because I don't know how that would have worked out.
I mean, she should have asked for consent, but I feel like we ask for consent more now, but back in the day it wasn't.
No, and I really couldn't find my no on that either, and that was a tough one. I just remember feeling like I couldn't relax. And I definitely, if I can't relax, I'm definitely not going to come. Yeah. And see, that's the other part of this.
It has to be very sensual.
Well, see, but that's the other part of this too. If I am being that vulnerable and I'm having something done that I had a traumatic experience with already, my mind, my mind. I'm an anxious little chihuahua sometimes. And if my mind is on other things, I'm not going to be able to come. And my question is, if I have this thing being done to me, is my mind going to prevent me from being able to come?
No.
Or is this like, hey, I just press the button, boom, you're done?
I think so.
Really?
I do.
Oh, man, I can't even imagine.
Well, imagine.
Now, have you ever thought about exploring this with me?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I have. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You never talked about it before.
No, because I know how you are.
I had trauma.
Yeah. So.
And so now that we're talking about it, is this something that you want to try with me?
I do.
Really? Yeah. Now, my question for you is this, because we've had this conversation before where you're like, oh, if you go to my TikTok and you see there's one of the pinned TikToks on there is a conversation that we had in the car where we debated over something. And the debate was, she claims to be a people pleaser. She's like, I'm like you. I'm a people pleaser. And I'm like, what? No, you're not. And she's like, yeah, I please them by making them come. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not pleasing them. Like, people pleasing means like you're trying to please them in every single way. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to massage you. I want to make you feel good. Like I want to please you in every single way. You're talking about just making them come. And you're like, well, does making you come please you?
Yeah.
Then I pleased you.
I did
I'm
my
a people
job.
pleaser. Anyways, so that's the Cribs notes on that. That was the whole conversation. Now, my question to you is, would you want to do that because you want to legitimately please me? Yeah. Or is it more of a power thing in that I want to find his button?
I know your buttons.
You know my button, my mental buttons.
Yeah,
and
I know
other stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
this
the P spot.
Yeah, no, this would be for you.
This would be for me.
Yeah.
Well, then you better
if I
you better
do
give
it,
you better give me
do it. Yeah.
You better give me two ice cream cones, because one's going in my mouth and the other one's gonna go on my ass afterwards. Because goddamn, I'm just saying.
That's sticking the unicorn in there.
I'm just saying, no.
Ooh, I could use my creature.
No, girl, stop it. Stop it.
No, this would be nice, sensual, and we'll see. Stay tuned, people.
I mean, this is definitely something that that we're gonna have to look into. And like I said, there's really nobody else that I would want to explore this with.
Yeah.
I'll say, I will do it just for the sake of experiments.
For sure.
I would do it just for the sake of experiments,
you
because
try everything once.
You do have to try everything once. So I'm not a big fan of that saying, because it gets thrown at me a lot. I agree to an extent that you have to try everything once, but some things are not worth trying. For example, I'm straight.
Yes.
And because of that, I know for a fact that I'm straight because my dick does not get hard when there are men's penises around me.
Right.
Penises? Peni? Whatever it is. But I know that I am not sexually attracted to men. Right. So because of that, I know that I'm straight. But every time I say, you never know until you tried it. You got to try everything once.
That's different.
That's what gets thrown at me oftentimes.
No,
you haven't tried sucking a dick. And it's like, well, this is factual. I have never tried sucking a dick.
Yeah.
But it doesn't appeal to me. You know what I mean? And just the
Does
same
this
way,
appeal to you?
It doesn't initially, but I will say that this person who wrote to us via our confessional, I'm not going to lie, my friend, you pose a wonderful argument, of which you've got me thinking. You've got me thinking.
There you go.
And you definitely opened up the conversation for us.
Yeah.
Now, my beautiful bride, would you look at me any different? Because there was an old version of you
Yes.
from back in the day.
was.
And this is not you now, but the
No.
old version of you, where, you know, if you found out that a guy liked ass play, you would automatically just kind of look at him differently and walk away going, yeah, I'm not interested.
Yes.
And so obviously I know that that's not how you think about things now.
No.
But would it change how you
No.
think about me at all? Like,
No.
because, you know,
I wouldn't care.
toxic masculinity is a biatch, man.
Yeah.
And just, frankly, I'm talking about it here in front of everybody. And I guarantee you there's some motherfuckers out there that are judging me and they're going, oh, Adam, yeah, we know what you're going to do. And you know what? What the fuck ever, bro. Hey, you want to judge me? Whatever. I don't care.
I wouldn't see you any differently.
But
I mean, and I wouldn't care.
You know, it's to me, it's an experiment. Man, I will tell you something though. If I like it, oh shit, forget it. We're gonna have to figure something out.
I think you will.
We're gonna have to figure something else out.
Yeah, I think you will.
I think the biggest problem with this being openly talked about though is definitely the toxic masculinity that revolves around.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's so many people out there, and it's not just guys, but it's also some women that have the same kind of thing.
I mean, I did. I did not. If I didn't, if a man told me that they were bisexual, I just didn't have any interest.
Yeah.
I don't think like that anymore. I was just very ignorant about it, and it just, I don't know, never sat well with me. I have so many friends that are bisexual, and I could care less.
Yeah, well, and you know, it's funny because, you know, we grew up in the 80s and the 90s. And if you think back to all even the soft core porn movies that we saw during those days, it's very, the man is pleasuring the woman. That's every movie that you'll ever see. The man is pleasuring the woman. It doesn't revolve around male pleasure.
No.
And there's something very, I think that's a big deal. I don't think that there's enough talk about male pleasure because
they think that just by ejaculation that's how you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. It's they don't talk about it. And I think I think it's not talked about a lot is because you don't see men that way. You think of just, oh, they have a dick and they're just gonna pump it and boom, they're gonna come. Like there's no brain, there's no thought behind it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that is not talked about enough because, oh, y'all always have it in your brain. Oh, it is what it is. Y'all just look at women or whatever, a whole as a whole and not like anything to just come in. And it's not like that.
Well, and you know, the other flip side of the coin is that everybody knows that women are complicated creatures when it comes to sexual satisfaction.
Yes.
And every woman is different. And every woman most of the time is you know, y'all are like boppets. You know, you got to pull and you got to yank and you got to twist and do all these things in order to get you there. And men are usually thought of as simplistic creatures that will get hard when the wind blows. You yank a couple times and he's already coming. You know, and it's normally very quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And these are the stereotypes out there. But realistically, we like to be pleasured too. We like a little bit. So with that, you guys out there, I know that we're still new to it and it's kind of like welcoming you to a place that we just arrived at. But we put together a little practical guide if you want to start exploring this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you can, if you're curious, so here's where we land practically. First, you're going to have the conversation. Don't just surprise them. Let them know, you know.
Don't cause trauma.
You need to have, both of y'all need to be on the same mindset, understand what you're doing, and be very comfortable with each other. Like, don't just spring it on them.
Yeah. And you know, if your answer is a no, then it's a no. If you're not ready, if you're not ready, you're not ready.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know when I'm going to be ready, but I mean, it's definitely not tonight. But you know, it's something where the conversation, you literally just heard it happen in real time.
Yeah.
This is a conversation between me and my wife. And obviously there's more to it. But you definitely want to have that conversation as much as possible.
Yeah.
And then after that, start slow. Now, this is information that I had to research. External pressure on the perineum
perineum.
perineum is a low commitment starting point. So it gives you a sense of whether there's something there that's worth exploring further than going all the way in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you do go internal, just remember hygiene and preparation matter.
Yeah.
Short nails, gloves,
Yeah.
lube,
Always lube.
always lube,
Always
and
lube.
go slow. Check in and pay attention to your partner's responses. Now, this is for everything sexual, people, but I mean, at least paying attention to
Yeah.
your sexual partners. You don't have to use, gloves all the time. So,
And frankly, that's actually that's good for fingering women as well. Like short
yes,
nails, make sure your hands are
hydration.
clean,
Yeah.
clean under your nails, stuff like
I
that.
said hydration. I meant hygiene.
But hey, hydration's good too. Drink lots of water. Definitely communication during is just as important as communication before. I would figure this should be like this should feel like an upgrade to intimacy.
Yeah.
Not something anyone is like white knuckling through and it's like, yeah, just do it already. Come on, let's do this. No. If it's not working, you stop.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
If it's incredible, you got to talk about that too.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something that you want to.
What you like and what you didn't like.
Yeah. And then when you're done talking about it, hit us up on the 100% anonymous Beyond Monogamy confessional and let us know how that shit went because I got to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before we get out of here, we want to give a huge thanks to the listener who sent it in. It took guts. It is going to start a real conversation, as you heard, in not only our household, but I'm sure plenty of households.
I'm sure.
And that's exactly why we have this confessional.
Yes. And you can drop your own confessional at www.beyond-monogamy.com. It's completely anonymous, zero judgment, and you just might end up on a quickie of your own.
Hells yeah. Everything we do lives at www.beyond-monogamy.com. Full episodes, quickies, video clips, our blog, our guest lineup, merch, all that good stuff. You've heard it a billion times. That's your hub. That's your home.
Yes. And if you want to catch us streaming every Thursday on fullswapradio.com, we do 2 shows, 2 p.m. Central and 7 p.m. Central. Come hang out with us. And there's a fun lineup of other podcasters on that adult space.
Totes. Now, listen, we have something up that you do not want to miss. We're going to be live and in person at Club Eden in San Antonio on June 20th. If you're here in Texas, in the area, if you're within an hour or 2 drive, you want to come out there and, this is your shot to come hang out with me and Pris in real life, in the lifestyle, doing what we do. Details, as always, are at beyond-monogamy.com. But also don't forget, you need a membership to the club to get in.
Yes.
So all of that can be found at Club Eden's website, which you can find at our events tab at the website. You know what it is.
Yes. And wherever you're listening right now, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, please hit that follow and subscribe button. Leave us a 5-star review and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. You know who that person is. Those things take 30 seconds and they mean everything to us. They help us grow in the show.
Yes. And with that, we thank you guys for listening. And as always, we will see you next week.
Bye.